Welcome along to Sky Sports News. In the last few seconds, we have had huge breaking news from Liverpool Football Club.
Whether it hits his foot or not is immaterial, because the law says he has to deliberately play the ball or be in possession of the ball. That's an attempted block and deflects into his path, which in law is...
Well, if he reaches out a foot there, he's deliberately trying to play the ball, isn't he?
He's trying to block the ball.
Or is he trying to play the ball out for a goal kick? Who knows?
Well, however you cut it,
Rob,
the law's quite clear that in that situation, if it strikes his foot, it's a deflection, it deflects to Cody. It doesn't play him onside. He has to be in possession of the ball, he has to have control of the ball, or he has to deliberately try to play that ball safely, which he's not. His sole intention is to block that cross. It flies off his boot, no doubt about it, but that's negated.
The referees had taken centre stage too much. People were talking about them too much. I'm not sure referees want to be in the spotlight. They want to do their job, and they know that if we're not talking about the referees, it pretty much means that they've done a good job. They don't want to be the centre of attention. But with all the technology that there is around now, they are under more and more scrutiny. The thing that I keep coming back to from listening to that audio tape is they were in such a rush to make that decision. And I think that's because we've put them under pressure to reach these decisions really, really quickly. Because when VAR was first introduced and they were taking a long time to make these decisions, everybody was complaining about the fact that it was taking too long. It was ridiculous. The people in the stadiums didn't know what was going on either. So I think that's why they've tried to speed up the decision-making process. But listening to that audio and watching the video, it's obvious. If you do anything at that speed, if you do anything that's complicated and so many people are watching and depending on your decision making, and you're doing it that quickly, mistakes are going to be made. And I think it's really important what we saw at the end of that clip as well. PGMOL saying that the protocols are going to change. Lessons will be learned.
Well, you have, and you know you have, and that's why you've come out straight away and tried to deflect it. But the other thing is, why is Beto going down? He's actually into the Liverpool half, and he's going to go in on a 1v1. There's no reason for Beto to go down at all. It was such a cynical foul. I mean, how it's not a yellow card is beyond me. It's a terrible decision.
This is a massive one. Why can't the referee just say, let's stop the game and let's go back 30 seconds?
Yeah, I heard quite a few people ask that question. I understand why people would ask that question. And actually, the VAR and the AVAR asked themselves that question too. When the penny dropped as to what had happened, I think 20 seconds had passed. And at that point, they considered whether or not they could intervene to stop the game, but they recognise that the laws of the game as set by FIFA and the International FA Board doesn't allow that. There's obviously a process in place that sits in the laws of the game about how we use VAR to make sure it's delivered consistently throughout every league in the world, and it doesn't allow you to go back in those circumstances, and as such they decided not to intervene. But I understand why that question was asked, and I know that the International FA Board are, in fact, before this situation happened, I knew they were going to do a full review of the laws of the game relating to the use of VAR. It's been in place for 7 years now. When it was written, there'd never been a game utilising VAR anywhere in the world. They put a protocol in place, and it served the game really well.
Nothing. Yeah, because his arm is agreed nothing.
No.
Now, as I say, when I heard it was being reviewed and you said to me, it's taken a long time, they're going to disallow that, I said, I can't disallow that. It's no chance. He's on side. Now, this is what I'm saying about this.
Factual technology.
Yeah, this technology we say cannot be wrong. Well, I'm sorry. It's been wrong twice today.
Yes.
Yeah. Twice today. Yes. And Everton have benefited on both occasions. I would have to concede that. Delighted as I am at the result and what have you, if Liverpool have bemoaned the fact that they've been hard done by today, for one of the few times I would have to agree with them. Yeah. They have been hard done by today.
For me there, Hannah, is slightly different in so much as I get it that if you send me to the screen, I get it. I'm under pressure. I've still got all options on the table. I can stick with my decision. I can change my decision. It's like if I give a penalty, I can go back and say, yeah, it is a penalty. I can say, no, I think Hannah's right, it's not a penalty. Or I can give a yellow card for diving. You know, I've got all
Chaos erupted at Liverpool FC's iconic Anfield Stadium as Chelsea FC and Liverpool played out one of the most controversial Premier League clashes of the season. Fans inside the ground were left absolutely stunned after a dramatic VAR intervention ruled out what initially looked like a perfectly legitimate goal from Curtis Jones. The atmosphere exploded when Jones fired the ball into the back of the net, sending the Kop into wild celebrations. Liverpool players rushed to embrace the midfielder, while supporters believed they had witnessed a crucial moment in the match. However, the celebrations were suddenly cut short as the referee halted the game for a lengthy VAR review that immediately created tension around the stadium. As replays appeared on the big screens, confusion spread across Anfield. Many fans struggled to understand exactly what officials were reviewing, while commentators and former players debated the incident live. After several agonizing minutes, the referee signaled that the goal would not stand, sparking furious reactions from Liverpool supporters both inside the stadium and across social media. The controversial decision instantly became one of the biggest talking points of the Premier League weekend. Liverpool players surrounded the referee in disbelief, while Chelsea players appeared relieved as the dramatic twist completely changed the momentum of the contest. Fans online described the decision as scandalous and another VAR disaster, with many claiming football is losing its raw emotion because of constant interruptions and controversial rulings. Despite the chaos, the match continued at a frantic pace, but the disallowed Curtis Jones goal remained the defining moment of an unforgettable night at Anfield. Once again, the VAR found itself at the center of Premier League controversy, leaving supporters divided and reigniting debates over whether the technology is truly helping the game or destroying its spirit.